What's up? What up? Dion Vincent here. Another great video for you. We're going to talk about what he did when his girlfriend cheated on him. All right. Go ahead. Before we start, click that subscribe button. Click the little bell icon to get notified anytime I bring you more great content. All right, here we go. So, I got a friend on Facebook that I've known for quite a while through social media, things like that. Messages, Skype, calls, you know how you know people. And I just want to relay his story a little bit. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. The thing is, my boy was married to a beautiful woman. I'd say definitely a head turner. Yeah, definitely a head turner. And he said about 3 years in, he admits this, at least. He admits 3 years in, his motivation, to do things to improve his life kind of went down. He wasn't really motivated to get a better job or anything like that. He wasn't going to the gym. Nothing. He was just taking it day by day, which, it's easy to do, right? Let's be real. He's not unique in that. I mean, life is all about your comfort zone, whether we want to admit it or not. The only thing stopping us from greatness is our comfort zone. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the only thing stopping us from our greatness, from doing what we know we can do, and even doing what we really want to do. All those things are easily stopped that quickly by our comfort zone. Because you get into a rut, or you get into a groove, or you get into a way of living that as long as your basic needs are met and you're relatively happy, and you're relatively comfortable. Can anybody relate? Can you relate? He said his motivation wasn't where it should be. And like I said, that is so easy for us to do. He had an okay job. He was in sales. Nothing spectacular, but nothing too shabby. He was making a decent living, nothing great or anything like that. If I remember correctly, he was in the 50 to 60 grand a year range. Medical sales. Yeah, so nothing shabby, but nothing great either. And like I said, he got complacent. He got complacent with it. With his job, with his lifestyle, all those things. He was just being complacent, which we all do. And his friends were the same friends he had for years. And none of them were really trying to actually improve their lives either. You know, it was just basically everybody was living one day at a time, having fun, doing what we all do, right? Like I said, it's so easy to do. I mean, everything is going along great like you want it. You know, everything is going great like you want it, and we lose that spark, we lose that motivation to get to the next level, whatever that means. So here he was in his marriage about 3 years in, no kids. And you know, kids can be a motivator. You know, when you got another mouth to feed, oh, you get out there and get it a lot of times. Whereas if it's just you and or just you and your girl, you're not gonna be so strong on say, hey, what can I do now? Right? What can I do to get to the next level now? You know, everything is copacetic. Everything is just everything. So anyway, man, about 3 years in of this same old comfortable life, he realizes that his wife is doesn't seem to be as affectionate as she usually is. I mean, it wasn't nothing blatant, he said, but it was just feeling, you know. What did he tell me? That he would come home, you know, and she would be happy to see him, all that. That's nothing. She didn't even work. He was the sole breadwinner. You know. So, like I said, he noticed that she didn't like come greet him at the door when he came home from work like she used to. It was like, you know, it was what was cool. She started to be a little less talkative in the relationship, and except she would start complaining a little bit more too about his friends. Yeah, complaining about his friends, which was interesting. She never complained about it before, from my understanding. And to me, that would be a red flag. But it wasn't to him, but he did notice it. He did notice it. Then he noticed that she had friends, you know, women friends, girlfriends, and she would be talking to on the phone and all that. And then when he would come into the room, she would either start talking lower or abruptly end the call. So I said, you know, well, he said, and so he did get a little suspicious. But, I mean, they've been together for 3 years, so he really didn't, pay too much attention. He just thought it was odd. And this went on for a few weeks of this becoming a little less talkative and a little less enthusiastic to see him come home. Because she don't work. She didn't work. He paid all the bills, decent apartment, no house, decent apartment. And interesting enough, she left her email open by accident. And what it was is he found some emails with a guy that he kind of knew but didn't know too well. But the emails was incriminating, far as, had a good time last night and I can't wait to do it with you again. Things like that. And, that was the big one when he said, I can't wait to do it with you again. And, that email was like, it wasn't 100%, but it was definitely like, what is this it thing? So, she was out and about, when she came home, he confronted her about these emails. Because first she's mad that he's reading her emails and all that. And he said, well, just, explain yourself. Don't worry about the emails right now. We'll get to that. But you the one that left it open. You the one. It's not like I, hacked your passwords or anything. And she confessed that she had been seeing this dude that she used to work with. They used to go to business meetings, and that's how they kind of became friends. And since she quit her job because she didn't like the new manager, it was like, I don't know, she ain't really seen him in a while, like 2 years, I guess. I don't know. But the point is, they reconnected. Literally and figuratively. So they reconnected, and one thing led to another. And that other thing is Netflix and chill. If you get that phrase, she admitted it. Let's just say he was hurt, because he did love her. He did love her. He even went to stay with his brother, because he didn't even want to be in the same house with her, even though it was an apartment. He didn't want to be in the same house with her. So he went to stay with his brother for, I think, a week, maybe 2 weeks. And, what was that? Yeah, I want to say 2 weeks. It's a long time to be away from your own house, right? Of course, people have been through the situation, stayed away a lot longer, but still, 2 weeks. Excuse me, 2 weeks is a long time. So he went back, And what he did was he got his stuff. Excuse me, and moved out. Then filed for divorce because he couldn't forgive her. And, she kept trying to say that it was, it wasn't nothing serious and it was only a few times. Only a few times? Like, in other words, that it wasn't no real relationship. They just, hooked up a few times. I guess she's trying to minimize it or save her marriage, or maybe she's just being honest. That I don't know. But anyway, he filed for divorce, and got to divorce. Thank God, no kids, right? And they both didn't have nothing, so it wasn't no big thing or anything. It wasn't like drag it on, It was pretty quick, pretty minor to him. But I've heard stories about some people's divorces. It was crazy. But theirs wasn't, which was cool. So, he did his job, but even his job suffered a little bit. So he took a little time off from work, lived off his savings for a little bit, lived with his brother. And he was feeling sorry for himself, right? Who wouldn't? This woman cheated on him, and, he got a divorce, and his job's not doing well because of all the stress and this pity, all those things. Then, after being with his brother for like a year or so, 9 months, he just kind of snapped out of it a little bit and started, getting back to his level of work at his sales job. He started getting up back to where he was, which is, important, right? He was getting over it. But he didn't really get over it. He just, started to accept it, I would say. He started to accept it. Then he started talking to a counselor, mental health professional, and to work through some of his still sadness and heartache. Okay, and he got that cleared up. Then once he got that cleared up, he started really being okay with life. Maybe not okay with the situation totally, but definitely okay with life. And he found himself with no wife, no girlfriend, no significant other. A job that was just okay. He liked it. He did well at it, but it wasn't great or anything. Still living with his brother. And then he said his motivation kicked in. And he did say that part of it was that he was never going to be in that situation again where he would be with someone that could hurt him like that. That's what a lot of people do. They vow to never get hurt again. And that was basically what he was saying. But this is what he kind of changed up a little bit. He said the next woman he gets, he's gonna not leave her a reason to cheat. And that's why I try to say, man, people cheat. You can give them everything, they can still cheat. And he said, yeah, but the odds of it go down or less than if you're not, doing everything you could do for the relationship. And I said, you got me there. You right about that. You definitely decrease the odds of your girl cheating or your guy cheating, whatever. If you put work into the relationship. And so what he did was, he said, I'm going to start a business online. And he didn't know exactly what. And I kind of steered him into a couple of courses that were good. And if you want those courses, let me know in the link below in the comments, and I'll post a link or something. Or you want a review, whatever. Let me know. So, I'd say, I don't know, maybe 8 months later, I want to say maybe 8 months later, he started decreasing his level of work at his sales job. And from my understanding, they didn't care as much because it was all straight commission. And some of the accounts was just plug and play. In other words, they could plug anybody in there, and most likely the same level of contracts would stay the same. So it wasn't like the whole company was waiting on him. It was cool, So they let him decrease his workload. And finally, he let go of the job. He let go of the job, and I don't know. I've seen some fast results, but I haven't seen quite his results. Like I said, in less than a year, he replaced his income, quit his job, and focused on his internet marketing business. But he was really dedicated. He was in there. He was definitely focused. Yes, he was definitely focused. And it just really made me think that you can turn anything, any negative, into a positive. I mean, his girl cheated on him, and it wasn't just his girl, it was his wife, sacred bond, right? And divorce, all that. He turned that around, started his own business replacement. Now he's living a great life. He doesn't have a serious girlfriend yet, much less wife, but he definitely have a lot of friends. Bought himself a boat. Goes to Catalina, moved up to Santa Barbara. Man, this dude is doing it. And for those of you who don't know, here in Los Angeles, Santa Barbara is very, very, very exclusive. It's definitely one of the richest areas of Los Angeles, even though it's not Los Angeles, of Southern Cal, put it that way. Yeah, he's doing it. He's prospering. Just goes to show, your motivation can come from anything. And it also shows how your life can decrease because of lack of motivation. So we want to keep the fire in the belly. In other words, stay motivated, stay hungry. It's one of the only ways we're going to focus. And you definitely got to have focus. Got to have those two things to be successful. Not just in marketing, but in anything. Motivation and focus. He learned. And some courses. I've got a mentor. That's another thing you need if you want to speed up your results. Is get a mentor. I would say those three things right there is what propelled him to such success so quickly. Focus, motivation, mentorship. And see, the thing is, all the stuff he needed to be successful was already inside him. He just needed the quote-unquote motivation to bring it out. He did it. He definitely did it. So, this girl cheated. It was like the end of his world. But it really turned out to be the beginning of his world. And my hat's off to him. My hat is off to anybody that takes a negative circumstance and uses it for motivation. I mean, you don't have to have motivation from a negative experience. You can have a motivation from a positive experience. Bill Clinton said he became president because of a childhood meeting with John F. Kennedy. Met the president, and then he said, I'm going to be president one day. So, 30 years later, he met him, and then 30 years later, he became president. Or was it 40 years? I don't know. But anyway, you get your point. Yeah, he just meeting the president and saying, hey, I want to be president. I'm going to be president. I can do that. And he did it. That's very positive. Right? So, hey, just got to have that motivation. And say focus and mentorship. If you want some recommendation for some courses to get you started in affiliate marketing or CPA marketing, YouTube marketing, anything at all like that, leave me a comment, let me know what you want, and I will give you the resources that I have, the information that I have, because I want you to be successful. But I can't do it for you. No one can do it for you but you. Right? No one can do it for you but you. And I just want you to do it. I want you to be happy, be successful. I just want you to live your life in the manner you want to live it. Not living life based on outside circumstances, but based on your internal circumstances. And your internal circumstances will eventually change the outside circumstances. So yeah, it's Dion Vincent. Hope you like this interesting case study as it were. Click that subscribe button. Click the little bell icon to get notified anytime I give you more great content. It's Dion Vincent signing off. Peace.